Hello and welcome back to the Limit of Adhesion's Prototype League. My name's Mark and joining me in the commentary booth is the other half of the comedy commentary duo Mark and Steve. It's Steve himself. Steve, how you doing?
I'm great, thanks Mark. What an introduction. Yeah, it's fantastic to be here for race 2 of the prototypes, so we'll see how this goes. Obviously there's a little slightly mixed grid there with the P2s at the back with Shaw and Rice.
So, yeah, we look like we do not have the reverse grid, unfortunately. The driver's getting on the comms on the radio and chatting about how much our resident house elf has messed up, like he usually does with these races, let's be honest. I don't think we've had a single one of these races that's been set up the way it was intended, but...
Dobby does it again.
He does indeed, but you know what, I think we can forgive him.
Yeah, we'll let him off this time. I think we're on about a B minus now.
So just to recap from the previous race, we've got Afonso Aguiar who won the LMP2 class, and it was Mark Zeff who won by quite a long way in the LMP3 class, and Afonso Aguiar has taken the green flag. We are racing once again at Spa. Looks to be fairly tame under braking into the first corner. Sorry, Steve.
No, I'm just going to say he stretched his legs as he come out of that last corner there and absolutely gone for it.
He has indeed. And in the LMP3, it looked like Winslade was giving Zeff a good run for his money. You see the cars rocketing past the camera and up through Eau Rouge. Here come the LMP3s with that very distinctive engine note. We saw two cars going side by side through Eau Rouge, which is very brave, as we see Bobby Crivelli on the inside of Chalcroft. Crivelli in the lead, and that's Stephen Maxwell spinning.
He's going to have to wait there until the P3s come through as well.
Yeah. Oh, that was close there. That was Innes who very nearly took out Maxwell. Of course, the issue with these LMP3 cars is because you sit on the other side of the car. These are right-hand drive cars, these are, so... yeah, all of these drivers coming around that corner would have been completely unsighted with a pillar in their way. Wouldn't have been able to see Maxwell at all.
Yeah, so, it's difficult
very
to
lucky
see
that. Indeed. So yeah, thankfully there wasn't too much carnage. That could have been a lot worse. As we see, Aguiar has checked out a bit in front. We've got this man here, Bobby Crivelli, up into second place. And in the LMP3s, it looks like there is Zeff trying to reclaim the lead after having lost it to Winslade earlier on in the lap. As they go side by side through the S's. There was an incident in the back. We go side by side through the S's. Innes looks like he's getting involved as well. He goes to the middle, 3 wide. And Innes really had to get out of the throttle there to avoid a nasty incident as they go 3 wide. So these top 3 now. And in fact, having said that, Innes looked like he was under a bit of pressure from João Tomé. As we see Kelly to the inside on Chalcroft. And can Kelly hold it around the outside of the second part of the bus stop? It looks like he can. There is João Tomé, who has now got ahead of Innes. Zeff has got ahead of Winslade and all of that. And it looks as if there's Rich Meesters going up the inside of Innes as well. And a little bit of touch, a little bit of wheel banging. And Stott's going to get involved in that fight as well. Certainly not over. Disastrous first lap for Innes there, as we see Kelly touching the wall slightly, getting very jiggly, and here is a replay of what happened. And
that was Pepper on
that first lap.
Yeah, that was Pepper running into Russell Bright, or the opposite way around. Sent Russell obviously off on the right hand side there, and this is Pepper. Oh, a little bump. Oh, big accident.
Ooh, that was a big accident. It was a shame for Bright earlier on. There's not really an awful lot he could do, given that he had a stationary Maxwell on the apex, and that's Innes and Stott going side by side through Eau Rouge. Innes gets forced a little bit over the curb. Stott runs a little bit wide. Both make it through the corner successfully. So here we see Kelly just getting muscled out a little bit. That's greening up the inside. All these drivers going very wide. Kelly getting properly forced out on nearly into the barrier there. Sorry, no, that was Parker on Hugavin. Kelly again going wide. In that wizard liveried LMP2 car. So here we get a replay. Oh, that was a bit of a hip check there.
Yeah, Kelly got a bit of a side swipe there, put into the wall. Hope there's not too much damage done there. That could quite easily have
Hopefully not.
resulted in a bent wheel.
It could indeed. Stop then, going wide through Pouon. Innes might be able to find a way through there. But as we come back to the leaders, the LMP2 cars, still got Kelly in 7th. He's got Sharcroft ahead of him and Murphy behind him. 2 teammates, of course. And Murphy looks to the inside. Is he going to be late enough on the brakes? I don't think he is. And in fact, Hugovin's going to try and go round the outside of Murphy. And he makes the move stick. That's a brilliant move there by Hugovin.
Very opportunistic there. Just down the inside for the second part of the chicane and took it out of him. That's Pepper Leak coming back onto the track, letting the LMP2s go past very sensibly.
Indeed, yeah. The last thing these LMP2 drivers want is an LMP3 driver right in front of them as they approach Radion.
Yeah, we're going to say just at that point of the track, it's not the best of places to catch a slower car.
As we see, well, Kelly looked to the inside on Sharcroft. He's looking to the inside. He's late on the brakes. He's going to try the move, and Hugovin looks like he's going to try and capitalise on Sharcroft's lack of momentum through the corner. And in fact, Murphy's going to get through as well, as is Parker. You feel really bad for Sharcroft there, because he had slightly too early on the brakes into Lecoum, and he lost, 4 places?
Yeah, I mean, once again, very opportunistic by Hugovin, who then forced him slightly wide, and that did the damage for the rest of the cars coming through. And that's Zhao Tomei going through, passing, is it Rich Meesters and Stott?
And then Sam Stott. And again, we saw Meesters just get sort of muscled out of the way by Stott there.
Yeah, it's easy to sort of like have your vision just impaired slightly, especially in these cars. You don't know where they are, and obviously he's erred on the side of caution, and Zhao Tomei has taken advantage of that.
Indeed, as we see, that was Kelly going slightly too wide and losing a place to Hugovin, and looks like he might lose that position to Murphy as well. We'll see as they come under brakes for the bus stop. They remain as they were. Hugovin ahead of Kelly, ahead of Murphy. Hugovin starting to break away from the few guys behind him a little bit. He's going to have eyes forwards on to Stephen Greening. And that is Shaw trying to go up the inside of Chalcroft as well. Yeah, Chalcroft unfortunately has had a rather disastrous couple of laps. Well, having said that, he is in the slipstream of Shaw, so we'll see if he can get back past on the run down to Lecoum, down the Kemmel Straight. He's very close here. Hopefully the camera sticks with him. And yet we see there in the background, there is Chalcroft. Shaw takes that defensive inside line, so we see a pass position up ahead between Murphy and Kelly. Although Kelly's just got back past. And Shaw remains ahead of Chalcroft, Steve.
He does, yeah. That's he just showed the grunt of the P2 coming up that back straight there, up the Kemmel Straight, and obviously Dan Shaw would have had the slipstream from the cars in front. So yeah, it was going to be a tough pass, but I'm sure Ben will be trying again on the next lap.
And of course, we are now halfway through this race, so there's not an awful lot of laps in which to get a move done now. We see still these guys remain in formation. No way through these twisty sections. Of course, one thing to point out with these cars, especially the MP2s on this fixed setup, it is quite easy to overheat the rear tyres and they just go to jelly, and then you have absolutely no grip, start sliding, and you can lose position after position after position. As we see, there is Parker defending the inside for Murphy. Although Parker then decides, nope, I don't want the inside. You can have it, mate.
Oh,
And then,
contact.
that's late on the brakes and a lock-up, and that is contact indeed.
Yeah,
That's
I think.
unfortunate for Parker there, getting spun round.
Yeah, I
We
think
see a
Parker.
replay. That's David Lugakeki fighting Michael Messenger. And Messenger winning in that particular battle. And here is a replay. That is Murphy late on the brakes, locked the front tyres, and just tapped Parker on the rear.
Yeah, I think Parker would have been better sticking to the inside and defending and trying to keep the position from there rather than giving the opportunity to the other car to come down the inside.
Yes, indeed. Hindsight is a wonderful thing.
It's wonderful, yeah, especially on a video like this. It's great.
It is. So we have here Pligakeki still fighting Messenger, and now Messenger's teammate Greening is right there to keep him company. And in fact, Greening has just got past Messenger. Messenger did try for the old cutback on Pligakeki, but it didn't quite work out for him. And he lost a bit too much momentum, allowed Greening past. So that is a pass for position. So third, fourth and fifth now reads Dlugakeki from Greening from Messenger, and Hugavin right there in the background is not giving up. He's caught up to these guys.
He has, yeah, and he's a fairly much a specialist in the LMP2s as well, so it'll be interesting to see if he can get past Messenger and then work his way through to the front.
Yes, I think, well, Hugavin, he is Formula 3 champion, I believe, in the limit of adhesion.
I think he is, yeah.
And yeah, as you say, he's not so much an LMP2 specialist. I'd say he's generally a prototype specialist because he's absolutely rapid in the GTPs as well.
Yeah, I'd say that, yeah. With the endurance races, he specialises in GTPs and the LMP2s, so yeah, he's fairly much in his ballpark of doing really well, so we'll see now.
Although, having said that, the one thing that I can be sure of with Hugavin is that you put him in pretty much any car and he'll be quick. And having said that, I can see on the timing screens that he's just got past Messenger as well, although Messenger has now headed to the pit lane. So I'm not sure if there was a little bit of contact, as we see Jao Tomei still trying to get past Winslade. This is the battle for second position, with Mark Zeff 3 seconds up the road, having an absolutely fantastic weekend, to be honest. He's just getting his head down and getting on with it, to be honest.
Yeah, that's it. Once again, it's just a case of keeping it straight and having putting in the lap times and results will come. And Mark's obviously clicked with the racetrack and the car, and that's what he's doing. He's at 3.5 seconds clear of Winslade in second now, so it's just about keeping it straight and true.
Indeed, as we see here, this battle still raging between Shaw and Chalcroft. Shaw now has lost the toe, so will be more vulnerable. And here is the battle for second in LMP3. Winslade still defending so well from Jao Tomei.
These engines sound fantastic, don't they?
They really do, yeah. Proper nice screaming American-style V8 engine.
Yeah. We just saw in the background there, the first corner, Meester's just slightly running wide. I must have outbraked himself slightly.
So there is Zeff in the lead. Winslade and Tomei now side by side. Winslade on the inside line for the upcoming right-hander, who will be late on the brakes. Tomei looks like he was slightly late on the brakes. Can he hang it around the outside, which becomes the inside for the next corner? He's not got the move done, and the next move is a right-hander. He will have the outside line, and no way through there.
No, well defended by Winslade there.
Definitely, and you can start to tell from the body language of Tomei's car that he feels like he's quicker. He's desperate to try and get the move done, but he's just not able to make that move stick.
Yeah, that's it. But once again, it's all about respect and not taking the other driver off and giving them a chance to defend as well, which is great to see.
Indeed, so Tomei continuing to put Winslade under enormous pressure But Winslade with an absolutely fantastic drive so far, not buckling under that pressure. As we see now, we've only got a couple of minutes left, so we'll probably get maybe 2 more laps in. Might even be 1 lap, to be honest, depending on where... In fact, no, the LMP2s are past the finish line, so we should get this lap and... Yes, we should get the 2 more laps for the LMP3s. LMP2s will have the lap that they are on plus 1 more. If my mental maths is correct, which it probably isn't. Tomei now still looking to get past Winslade. Winslade defends the inside line once again. No way through. Can Tomei get a better exit here? Not good enough. Looked like a slightly better exit, but it's a relatively short run down to La Source.
Yeah, it's all about setting up the run down through Eau Rouge and the Kemmel Straight now to see if we can get past under braking at the top at Lecombe.
Indeed, so Tomei will be in the slipstream. Is he close enough? He'll definitely be getting a bit of the tow. I don't know if he's going to be close enough to get the move completed. He should probably pull alongside, but Winslade will probably stick to that inside line as we see him doing. He leaves a little bit of room, and I thought Tomei was going to go for the dive bomb there on the inside, but he thought better of it and decided to survive to fight another day.
That was a bit of a tease from Gareth there to leave the door slightly ajar and tempt Zhao to come through it.
Indeed, yeah. So Zeph has now completely checked out. Obviously those two fighting has extended that gap up to about 5.5 seconds now. This fight, however, is certainly not over. Dugokeki ahead of Hugavin. About 1.5 seconds between those two. But just 0.3 between Hugavin and Greening. So we'll see. Greening might be close enough to have a bit of a dive bomb if Hugavin doesn't defend the inside line, but no, he's going to think better of it. Wasn't quite close enough there without a mistake from Hugavin to facilitate a pass. Greeny again, just looking to the inside line, just trying to make Hugavin's mirrors full. But again, Hugavin not buckling under pressure.
No, it's going to take a monumental effort from here to get past. But obviously, you can't rule anything out with Stephen Greening. Obviously, he's a champion himself, so yeah, it's going to be interesting to see this last little bit where it stands.
Indeed, so we've got probably a lap left. We have run out of time now. There might even be just this final run down through to Blanchemont and down to the bus stop chicane as we see this fight still raging on. Winslade defending heavily from Tomei. Tomei looks like he's got a super run there. Winslade sort of middle of the road, not properly defending the inside, and Tomei is going to take advantage of that and forces his way to the inside. Late on the brakes. Will he make the apex? He does make the corner, and it looks like that is game over. That position then going into the hands of Tomei.
Yeah, once again, Gareth. Sorry, my apologies, Mark. Once again, we have the end of the race.
We do indeed. I was just going to mention that the LMP2s have finished, so Aguiar won that one from Gravelli and Dugokeki. Meanwhile, this man here, Mark Zeph, is got two corners left to go before the end of the race. And there we go. So, we should get confirmation there of race 2 results. Why don't you take us through those, Steve?
No problem at all, Mark. Your results for the for race 2 on the are as follows: Afonso Aguiar, he wins, followed by Bobby Crivelli and David Dugokeki bringing up the third place for the podiums. Then Murrin Hugavin, Stephen Greening, Gavin Kelly My apologies for that. And also on the LMP3s, we have Mark Zeff taking the win, Gareth Winslade second, and Zhao Tomi third. Rich Meesters fourth, Mark Innes fifth, Russell Bright sixth, Steve Pepper in seventh, and Sam Stott in eighth. My apologies for the quick disappearance of the LMP2 drivers.
Quite alright, Steve. So we should get
teams champions.
Confirmation of drivers and teams championship standings. Yeah.
So drivers championship. LMP2 we have David Duglicki, as followed by Stephen Maxwell, Mike Murphy, Gavin Kelly, Merrin Rugavin, Michael Messenger, Afonso Aguiar, Bobby Crivelli, Stephen Greening, Ben Chalcroft, James Renwick, Don Parker, Dan Shaw, Nick Simone, and Dan Rice. Bring up the rear for LMP2s. Let's see if we get the LMP3s next. Yeah, here we go. LMP3s. Xiao Tomi on top with 130 points, followed by Rich Meesters in the Cool Camel Silver, Tom Malarin, Mark Zeff, Gareth Winslade, Steve Pepper there. In 6th, Sam Stott 7th, Russell Bright 8th, Ryan Suzuki 9th, Mark Innes 10th, Oliver Walker, Philip Miles, Stephen McCann, and James Pepper on 10 points, bringing up the rear in the Cool Camel Gold.
Thanks for that, Steve. So yeah, LMP2 Championship. Look at Pecci with already a pretty commanding lead there, about 60 odd points ahead of his rival.
Yeah, and here we see the LMP2 teams. Once again, Wizards on top, Black Sapphire with 169 points, but only 2 points clear at the moment of RaceGitter.de. They're followed by Minardi RR, Risky Racing, Wizards, Fire Ruby in 5th, I think it is, and LMP3s. Once again, Wizards on top, Green Emerald, followed by Cool Camel Silver, No Slots No Glory, Cool Camel Gold, QRS, Wizards Blue Topaz, and Minardi Americas. Some fantastic racing and great results there.
There was indeed. Well, thank you very much for tuning in and watching. Next up, we have Magny Core. So thank you very much for watching. Mine has been Mark, and joining me has been Steve.
Yep, thanks Mark. It's been a fantastic race, a couple of races there, and we'll look forward to Magny Core. Brilliant racing.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye-bye.